Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Fallen Order, that incredible Star Wars game that was released late last year. And honestly, before we even get started, if you haven't played that game, I would suggest picking it up at some point, this year, this month, today, especially if you love Star Wars. It is a really fun playthrough. And some great characters are in there. I think definitely pick it up. But before we begin talking about Fallen Order, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing at the end of the video as well. Or not, it's up to you completely. Just remember that I upload videos on Mondays and Fridays. Each week that's when I try and put up the most important little news articles, types of things. And I definitely try and sprinkle little tidbits in between just to keep you all entertained. Generally during the week it'll be news, and on the weekend we'll see how we go. But speaking of keeping you entertained, let's dive into the show. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That was a game that I don't think anybody was expecting to perform as well as it did. It definitely had a lot of hype behind it, but I doubt anyone believed that the game would be this truly sensational and faithful rendition of a galaxy far away that gave Star Wars fans a chance to experience the universe like never before, or maybe just in the most original way in a long time. It was a beautifully written and well-made game that any fan of the series, any fan of the whole series of Star Wars should try out as soon as possible. The game has received ratings of 8.7, 9 out of 10, and 94% on pushsquare.com, Steam, and from Google users who liked this game. It's one of those games that it's magical, and it takes you into a world without letting you go. You really just want to stay there and play for as long as you want or can. I personally tried to space this game out by playing for about an hour or so at a time. I scheduled it just so that I could enjoy this whole game for so much longer, because I didn't want it to run out as quick as possible. And I have to admit that a lot of the success that came for this game was probably due, at first, because the game, it stands alone and it deserves to be successful in itself. But at first it probably came to all the Star Wars media that was being promoted at the time. You had The Mandalorian on Disney that was coming out and making a big wave because people were loving it. The Rise of Skywalker was about a month away from release, and I know it didn't exactly, I mean, it was a great movie, I thought, but not everybody really liked it, critics apparently especially, but this definitely was, the perfect kind of necessity, having a video game as well. It was essentially a Star Wars attack on all fronts. You had a movie, a TV show, and a video game, the perfect trifecta. And although the movie, it came out to, like I said, a bag of mixed reviews. It had an 86% audience score, which I can agree with. I think it was pretty dang good, and somehow a critic score of 52%. I don't understand anyways. The game, the game itself, alongside the movie, absolutely destroyed all expectations of what people thought, because everyone wasn't expecting the game to be as great as it was, and then followed by this movie. But expectations were already high for this game, and had Respawn, they were questioning whether or not they should release the game in its current state. Now, Fallen Order, the director, had this to say regarding the game. He says, "I think we're in a situation where we're trying to build a game for several different systems, and we wanted to hit a date, obviously. We all look at it and earnestly feel like we could, if we had a little bit more time, it would have been better. But at the same time, we could play through it. It was good, and we felt like fans were going to enjoy it," and he wasn't wrong about any of that. Honestly, if they had a bit more time, the game probably could have been a bit more polished and perfected, but in its present state, any, let's call it imperfections, which honestly I did not notice, to be fair with you. There were a few glitchy, load-in moments, but there was nothing that was really game-breaking for you, so any imperfections were part of what made this game just as charming as it was. It was part of the package, the mystique that made this game unique, and what it was. To be honest with you, I loved it. The script writing also helped bundle the characters, the worlds, the planets you could go onto, but who knows? We could have had another Doom Eternal moment where the game was moved back months just to perfect it, and that's not a stab at id Software, by the way. I think that Doom Eternal is going to be great when it comes out, and I cannot Cannot wait for that to come out. But this game, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, was released at the perfect time, and honestly, it added to the the Star Wars-esque feel of the end of 2019 and that charm that came with that game and the TV show and the movie. All of them falling together was just perfect. Anyways, that is all from me. I could probably talk about Fallen Order for quite a while. It is a game that, like I said, you have to pick it up, play it. Definitely, I purchased and played it on day one. You can see my reactions to that the first time I played through it in this video right here. Keep in mind that I am a pansy and I went on the easiest difficulty level. But otherwise, if you did enjoy what you heard, then don't be shy. Use the Force. Give this video a thumbs up. And then let me use my Jedi mind tricks on you and ensure you that while you are definitely not weak-minded, you want to subscribe to my channel. I'm just playing. Please click subscribe if you want, or maybe check out another video like the one that is popping up right now. That's waiting for you. And let me know in the comment section below if you played Fallen Order, what you thought about it, what you thought about the story. But please don't spoil the ending or any guest appearances that might take place. And as always, when you step away from the screen or from YouTube, make sure you spread some peace, spread some love, make someone laugh, because that is the best medicine. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.